Hello, I'm the Shadow Critic, and today I'm bringing you some actually awful news, just some horrible news. So if you're new to the channel, you may not know this, but I'm a pro-lifer, and I've always been a pro-lifer. My channel has been pro-life since the moment it was created, actually. My very first video is a pro-life video. In fact, if you go and check, my very first video was pro-life video. So it's not like I'm suddenly making the channel political out of nowhere. The first video on this channel is in fact pro-life. It was a rebuttal to AOC, who was saying stupid things. So it's not like the channel's suddenly becoming political, it's always been political. And we have some horrible news, in fact. It is bone-chilling. The state of Ohio has declared that they are going to be legalizing abortion up till the second of birth. So that is the very second of birth. So they've basically told women that they can kill their babies up till the second the baby is born. Now this is obviously horrific news, and all abortion is horrific no matter when it happens, at what trimester. It's all evil, it's all baby murder. So I thought today I would explain to you what exactly is going on in Ohio and what a late-term abortion looks like. So what does a late-term abortion look like? What if they just legalized in Ohio? What if they said it's okay? What if they said it's permissible? Well, in a late-term abortion, you go into the womb and you cut the limbs off the baby. Because Ohio have said up till the second of birth, abortion is illegal. So what you have to do is, the baby is too big to get through the birth canal, right? It's too big to get out. So what you have to do is you have to go into the womb and you have to cut the limbs off the baby, chop its limbs off. Then you inject the baby with corrosive chemicals to kill it. So you inject its body with corrosive chemicals and it burns it up, and that's oftentimes not enough to kill it. So what they'll do is they'll make sure it's dead by shoving a clamp in and crushing its head. So they crush the skull, and then you shove a knife in and you chop the body into tiny pieces and you rip it out. And you gather all the pieces and count them up and make sure you didn't leave anything inside her. And that's how a late-term abortion is done. Like, you've got the arms, the legs, you have the head that you crushed to pieces. You can see the remains, you can see the truth. You know, this is why they don't want pro-lifers to be able to show pictures of aborted babies, because they don't want people looking at what they've done. They want to hide their crimes. So the news gets even worse somehow. It's even more disgusting than that, because it just keeps getting worse. There are people in Ohio who have said that it's not enough for abortion up till the moment of birth. They've said that's not good enough. That's not enough. They want more. There's not enough dead babies. They want even more. They want to legalize as well partial birth abortion. So now they want to say that not only is abortion till birth now legal, they want to go further and legalize partial birth abortion. What is partial birth abortion? That is when the woman is giving birth and the baby's in the birth canal effectively, and then you kill it while she's giving birth. Does that sound horrific to you? Because it sounds pretty horrific to me. In fact, it sounds pretty horrible to me. But yeah, that's something people in Ohio want. They want partial birth abortion, where you kill the baby as the woman is giving birth. It's as horrific as it sounds. So third trimester abortions are particularly horrific because sometimes the baby survives the abortion attempt. So sometimes when they're cutting the baby up, the woman will deliver the baby by accident. Sometimes when they're cutting the baby up, you know, they rip it out too soon and the baby's still alive. And in a third trimester abortion, there have been abortion doctors who have repented of their evil deeds. And they've said that sometimes when a baby is ripped out too early, it literally starts crying on the table. Like, it's crying on the table and screaming because you've chopped off its arms and legs or injected it with a corrosive chemical, and it's on this table screaming in pain as it's dying. And you know what they do? They shove them in buckets, put a towel over it so no one can see it, and put it in the corner and just leave it to die in horrific pain. That's what they want to do, basically. Because there are certain laws they want to pass, and these laws say that you don't have to provide medical care to a child that survives an abortion. So basically, if a child survives an abortion, they want to pass a law that says you don't need to provide medical care for it. So in other words, if you attempt to kill it, and the woman delivers it, and the baby is out, and the baby survived, but it's in horrible pain because you've injected it with a corrosive chemical or chopped off one of its limbs, if it survives somehow, they want to pass a law that says you don't have to help it, and you can just let it slowly die in agony. That's the law they want to pass. They want to pass a law that says you don't have to provide medical care to babies that survive abortions. And it's because they're totally evil. It's because they're completely monstrous. Can you imagine if you saw a baby with its limb chopped off or injected with a corrosive chemical, screaming in pain, and you did nothing to help it? I cannot imagine that, because I'm not evil, but these people are, so they can. So not only have they said abortion till the second of birth, not only do they want to legalize partial birth abortion, where you kill the baby as a woman is giving birth to it, not only that, but now they also want to pass a law that says even if the baby survives the abortion and is outside of the womb, you deny medical care to it, and you just let it die in agonizing pain. So these people are evil. There's no other word. The citizens of Ohio are evil people. They are bad people. And I just thank God that Ohio is a completely irrelevant, powerless state and completely unimportant. It's one of those states you keep forgetting even exists. Like, a lot of the time you don't even remember Ohio as a state at all, because it's just completely unimportant and irrelevant. So I just thank God they don't have any power. I think the only thing that I've ever heard coming out of Ohio is that in the PBS show Arthur, some of Arthur's cousins are from Ohio, I think. Is that correct? I think in the PBS show Arthur, some of his cousins are from Ohio, and he invites them around to his birthday party. I think that's correct anyway, I'm not sure, but I think it's Ohio. So that's the only thing that I know it from. So luckily Ohio is a completely irrelevant, completely powerless, completely unimportant state. But still, the evil that they have done is disgusting. It is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. To do this to your own children, just absolutely vile. And obviously it goes without saying that everyone who voted for this is going straight to hell. I think that goes without saying. It is said by some Christians that some people who die, they're so evil that they don't even receive a judgment. Like, God doesn't even judge them. They just go straight to hell. Some Christians say that happens. And if that's true, I think it's pretty obvious that the citizens of Ohio fall into this category. So yeah, the citizens of Ohio who voted for this will be going straight to hell. So even though we will not see justice ever in this life, we will see it in the afterlife. Thank God for that. So yeah, completely disgusting, barbaric, evil news coming out of Ohio. Just awful. Just awful. Just disgusting. Shame on you, Ohio. Shame on every citizen who voted for this. Shame on the state of Ohio. Shame on the government of Ohio. Shame on the state of Ohio. This is absolute evil. You have engaged in absolute debauchery, absolute degeneracy. Shame on your evil state. So I'm sorry that this episode of The Shadow Critic was so depressing. Hopefully next time we'll be back to playing games or doing something fun. Maybe a review, maybe something enjoyable, maybe something pleasant. Because the stuff we just talked about is so disgusting. It's so evil. It's so wretched. It makes me feel sick even thinking about it. I'm going to go watch something happy at the moment. Watch something enjoyable. Just disgusting. Well, hopefully we'll come back with something fun next time, something enjoyable. Maybe I'll play a game, maybe I'll do a review. We'll do something enjoyable next time. Well, until then, I'm the Shadow Critic. Deus Vult.